Hi, I'm Juliana Rue, doing a reading from my new novel, Extremophile, and it's part of a series called The Unwinding, and basically it's in the space opera genre. And here's the setup. In the 25th century, virtual reality expert Violet Rain joins the time-traveling Watchmen, guardians of the precarious truce between universes. To brave the extreme conditions of space, Violet takes on the bioengineered body of an organism both alien and familiar, the rugged tardigrade, Tian Sa. The crossover is extremely dangerous, the leader of the Watchmen said. Bravery is required to undertake this test. Strong praise from Ivera, who normally seemed a rather cold fish. Ivera's reflective, cold-rimmed eyes fixed her with an unblinking stare. Ready? Violet Rain ran her fingers through her cropped purple fringe and pulled her long dark hair into a ponytail. At least she wouldn't have to take her clothes off because she wasn't going into a wormhole this time. The Watchmen had ridden 10 wormholes to get to their station this far out. She closed her eyes and nodded. Violet felt herself leave her body. That was an illusion, of course. Her body was still in the same spot, cradling her brain with its delicate cranium, as always. She'd left her personal projector in the lab, where it handled all the necessary computation for the illusion. But her human brain was pretty good at imagining all sorts of things she hadn't really experienced, even as a virtual reality expert back in 25th century Los Angeles. She'd held a position of rather high responsibility, keeping life in the megalopolis on an even keel, but the reality there was just that, virtual. She hovered near the boundary. Microscopic particles of cosmic dust were the only detectable matter, along with a few infinitely remote stars. Release the water, Ivera ordered, her voice becoming fainter. Probably Violet's hearing would be the first to go. No problem, she would still sense vibrations. The truce between Violet's universe and its jealous brother remained in place. The two universes had warped around each other in a yin-yang pattern and exchanged stable nexuses as hostages. Each now hid a nexus from the other deep within itself. Don't destroy my baby, and I won't destroy yours. That in itself should have been sufficient to keep the two siblings from constantly going at each other's throats, and it was, until yet another universe had popped out of the hatchery. Now the unwindings were beginning again on the universe's outer boundary, as both matter and some different form of matter annihilated themselves on contact. The Watchman's safe vantage on the edge of the universe was no longer quite so safe. Application of copious amounts of dark matter from the hatchery was a temporary fix, but basically they were in trouble again. Violet merged her consciousness with one of the sleeping dust motes and could smell the water as it sprayed over her. Joy, oi, it was delicious. She couldn't actually taste it, but she could sense it reinvigorating her like a drink of her favorite brew from Echo Park. Soon she would absorb enough moisture to reproduce and even to move, but that would take a little time. One by one, her 8 legs began to unfurl and plump up like the Marshmallow Man. Arduously, she tried moving one of her newly swollen members. They didn't call these tiny earthbred creatures slow steppers for nothing. I hope you'll look for Extremophile, Violet Rain on Amazon, which was just released in August. You can search on Juliana Rue, there, that's me, and you can see my author page and all my projects. Thanks for listening.